We're here at Rockingham Motor Speedway, located in Northamptonshire, one of Europe's fastest circuits. Welcome to ThundersportGB.
The HMT Racing pre-national sport 600s on the grid here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. 4 rounds left of the season and 2 races here to show you on the ThundersportGB iPlayer. Pole position currently not lined up on the grid just yet. Number 95, Ryan Gibson, a newbie for this weekend. And then we've got Dean Pearce, number 6, second on the grid. 3rd place, number 13, Luke Shelley. And then 4th is Chris Helliwell, number 64. Chris, currently 4th overall in the championship as we headed into Rockingham. Ryan Gibson makes his way onto the grid. Pleased to say that Barry Teasdale is back with us this weekend after breaking his arm or fracturing his arm, something like that at Snetterton during the last round. He lost a few points in the championship, but coming into Rockingham, he's still held a small lead, and he's just looking to damage limitation really for Barry as he looks to try and hold on to that championship till the end of 2012. The HMT Racing Pre-National Sport 600 race ready to go. This is for rookies in the sport on Superstock and Formula 600 machines, and it was a good start in the middle of the pack there from Barry Teasdale. You can see him just on the inside with a white helmet, but it is going to be Gibson that takes the lead into turn 1 with Dean Pearce in 2nd place. Pearce has got yellow fairings to his machine for this weekend, unlike the blue that he normally carries. But into Dean Hairpin, it is Ryan Gibson that leads. Ryan from Watford on the Motorsolve Yamaha, a rider that has turned up out of the blue here at Rockingham, and so far having a blinder. Mark Burdett, you remember, had a very good Snetterton and closed right in the championship. Perhaps Mark not favouring this circuit like he did at Snetterton, and the conditions at Snetterton were of course wet also. There is Mark, number 33, but as many points as possible. In fact, he's just behind championship rival Barry Teasdale, number 224. But as it is, Gibson from Shelley, then Pearce, Chris Helliwell you'll be able to see, number 64 out there also. But plenty of orange vests out there for you to look at. Anthony Charlie, number 35, has got off to a decent start. But across onto the start-finish straight we go here at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, and then it's just drop a gear or 2 down into this first chicane. Knee down on the left, over the curb, and then flat out down towards Dean Hairpin. And Gibson here, what a blistering start it is. I'm going to bring in to the frame now Thundersport Sid, Richard Day, or Dad, depends on which one you prefer. Nice to have you in the commentary box with me, Sid. And this championship, of course, new for 2012, and we have a new rider out there who seems to be going pretty well.
Yeah, the championship's a blinder, really. We're really pleased with it. It's there basically to develop and be unintimidating for people that want to come into this championship. However, it's certainly done its job, and in fact yesterday they were only 2 seconds really off the 600 Sportsman Elite in lap times. Yeah, this guy is his debut here, Ryan Gibson, lovely lad, and podiumed twice yesterday on the top spot. So really good for him, and I think that's woken up Chris Helliwell, who I believe today is still plucking the bits of leather out of his backside with a pair of tweezers, because he dumped it twice yesterday, as he did in Snetterton, and this guy's got to keep the shiny side up today, I'm afraid.
Yeah, points make prizes, and Helliwell currently 4th in the championship. He's just slowly starting to lose touch of the championship. There's all sorts of fights going on here. Shelley Dean Pearce. Barry Teasdale just sitting and watching everything that goes on as they tip into. That's a good move from Teasdale up the inside into Yentwood. That's a 90 degrees right-hander. But here is your race leader. Nice, smooth riding style. Going very well indeed.
To be honest, Barry is chancing his arm more than I expected. He really doesn't want to fall on that arm. He's still hurting from that injury from Snetterton, Steve.
Yeah, well, I can imagine that he is, but if he'd have missed this round here at Rockingham, then there was every chance that he could have lost the championship lead as he goes up the inside of Dean Pearce into Tarzan. So that's two moves that Barry Teasdale's made already. So once the adrenaline gets pumping, all of the advice and tactics sort of go out the window. It
certainly is. I mean, obviously, he had all day yesterday to feed himself back into the fray, as it were. But he's going to struggle with this lad. This lad, I mean, obviously it's a level playing field, really, here at Rockingham, because nobody's done this circuit before. I think one or two of them sneaked a track day last weekend at some time, but generally it's all the same, brand new circuit for everybody.
Just in the background there, you can see Barry Teasdale just closing in now on second place. His lap time suggests that he can certainly get himself up there. He's dipped into the 129s, and the only other person to do that is the man you're looking at now, number 95, Ryan Gibson. Of course, Ryan here, if he continues this form throughout the two races today, look at that lovely style that he's got here around Rockingham, then he will, of course, win himself a free entry into the Sportsman Elite for Anglesey.
He will indeed. Yeah, he can. He'll have a free entry into the 600 Sportsman Elite at Anglesey, which, by the way, if he happens to be one of the 36 fastest riders, he can also go automatically free entry into the Dean and Tweaks Moto Super Prix of Wales with fabulous prize money. So, I mean, he looks like he's good enough to do that. He'll also get a free suspension setup, not that I think he needs it, with PCR Developments, and a set of tyres from HMT Racing, the sponsor for this class.
Yep, and Barry Teasdale's already taken that one up a couple of rounds previous, he's been doing pretty well in it. There's the leader then into Yentwood. Barry Teasdale closing in on a couple of tenths on him, but he may have left it just too late for that charge. Interested to see what's happened now to Anthony Charlie on the Kawasaki. He was running pretty well, but seems to have just disappeared out of the top three. So Anthony Charlie has fallen back a little bit. But, this is good going here from
This is
Ryan
a tough
Gibson.
circuit to get a rhythm, you know, and you need to get used to this. It's a flowing circuit. I don't know if you ever raced on this one, Steve, here at Rockingham.
No, never been here before.
No.
Only to watch, but onto the start-finish straight comes the race leader, Ryan Gibson. Checkered flag is out, and that was easy. That was easy. 3 seconds his lead and his win over Barry Teasdale, the championship leader. That's good points, though, for Barry Teasdale with a broken arm recovery. In third place, just in the background there, it's going to be Luke Shelley. Fourth for Chris Helliwell. He'll be delighted just to finish the race, just ahead of Mark Burdett in fifth. Mark Burdett there, well, suffering in the points, and he'll be disappointed to know that Barry Teasdale has finished up in second place. Sixth place in the end went to Chris Wilkinson, but he was a full 11 seconds adrift of Mark Burdett. Anthony Charlie did finish, incidentally, the man that was up there in the top three, 8th place. But there's the winner in the middle, Gibson, with Teasdale on the left and Luke Shelley on the right.
Luke Shelley, pre-national sport 600. Did you get a good start there? And
yeah, I got a flying start. It's just lost the pace, dropped the pace halfway through, and got caught up in a crash, and that was it. Then I just settled into my rhythm and then just stuck it and just brought it home, basically.
You must be happy with third place after that, surely.
Yeah, after a good results yesterday and a mess up yesterday, I'm happy with third place overall today. So I'll take it. Yeah.
Well done, mate. Who have you got to thank?
I'd like to thank All Weather Leisure, Pit Lane Racing, obviously Dad, girlfriend, Darren Norton from Pit Lane as well. He's helped out a lot, and obviously all my other sponsors.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Second place, Barry Teasdale. Now, I know you had a bit of a bad Snetterton and did something serious to your arm, and it looks like you're still carrying an injury, but I thought you did really well there to bring it home in second.
I'm really pleased with second. I was struggling a lot yesterday, just trying to work out how I can ride and stuff without weighting my arms as much. And obviously I need to try and collect some points after scoring 9 at Snetterton. It was an absolute disaster.
Well, of course, it's difficult to get to a new track, and not now without carrying an injury. But obviously today you've got into more of a rhythm, maybe.
Yeah, well, now I've had a couple of days on circuit. I've managed to get my bike set where I can kind of ride a comfortable pace but still be competitive at the same time. So,
well done, Barry. Who do you want to thank, mate?
I've got to thank Bob Henderson, my dad, TRP and Premier Truck Hire as well.
Brilliant, very well done.
Cheers.
Ryan Gibson, winner. Yeah, must be a good feeling.
It's a really good feeling, yeah. It's the best, really, yeah. So,
but you had a bit of a tight battle to start with, didn't you?
Yeah. I was trying to sort of break away, get a bit of a gap. I couldn't really, just trying to get a gap on that, and found my rhythm and just stayed at that pace. So,
what do you think of Rockingham as a track?
I think it's great. It's good, real fast, sweeping corners, and then there's a bit of tight stuff in it as well. So, it's got the best of everything, really.
Brilliant, well done. Have you got some people you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my dad, my nan, Sean and Gavin for proper up the bike all year, Dave from HM Racing, and Mark Welsh from Cross Racing.
Well done, Ryan. Brilliant.
Moped, sports bikes, you save watts. Any bike, it makes no odds. We will give you what you need. Best price always guaranteed. Come to us and get a quote. You'll be singing note for note. Walk away with cash to spend on anything you want, my friend. Bike Insurer, Bike Insurer, Bike Insurer.
Get the cheapest bike insurance, guaranteed, only from the Bike Insurer.
HMT pre-national sports 600s up next here then, race 2 at Rockingham. We've seen a few spots of rain appearing in a couple of the races here. You can see the grey clouds in the background. Well, hopefully we won't get a rain affected race here. Everyone going for the dry option tyres, as you can see. Poleman Ryan Gibson lining up, looking for 4 wins out of 4 actually for this weekend in the pre-national 600. Second place there for Dean Pearce. Dean, a rider that is in the top 7 of the championship overall on the yellow Triumph. Third place on the grid for Luke Shelley, number 13. And 4th on the grid for Chris Halliwell. Looking, well, after a poor Saturday, looking for a decent result here. You could see Dave Richardson on the start line there, just whispering in the ear of number 95 pole sitter Ryan Gibson. He's just warning him about the curbs being slippery. We had a street fighter race not so long ago, which was interrupted unfortunately by rain. The curbs are very slippery. Not that they should be on the curbs anyway, but certainly into this turn 1, they have to go over the curb. And provided they're going straight over it, there won't be a problem. That was a good start there from Dean Pearce on the yellow Triumph, number 6. And he's going to go into turn 1 surely in the lead. In second place, it's going to be Gibson, followed by Shelley, Halliwell, and Mark Burdett's got off to a decent one also. Look out again for number 224, Barry Teasdale. He is your championship leader with 4 rounds remaining, well, this race and 3 rounds remaining effectively. But they make their way into the Dean hairpin, and there's that, well, that's almost a James Whittam-esque style there from Ryan Gibson, chin on the deck. Second place now up there, Chris Halliwell. And Dean Pearce has just been pushed back to 4th ahead of Mark Burdett, who's looking for as many points as possible. And ideally, he needs to try and finish ahead of Barry Teasdale, number 224. There it is, Barry, going through. As we just focus in on Ben Dovey, number 89, the yellow helmet there. This HMT pre-national Sport 600 is looking like Ryan Gibson. If he can keep it up and post the lap times he was in race 1, he could be up for 100 points here. And then that dangling carrot, of course, of the free entry and set up for Anglesey, our very next round. That's providing he turns up there, of course. Chris Halliwell in second. Well, he brings quite a crew to each round, doesn't he? There's a number of Chris Halliwell supporters, family and friends there.
They're about 15 deep.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
It's a good job, because the amount of times that he crashes his bike, he needs plenty of people to put it right. In fact, I have suggested to him that he changes his number from 64 to 69 because that makes it easier for my marshals to read his number anyway he's up.
Okay. Well, you heard that here first. That's Sid's criticism, not Steve's. But at the moment, leading this race, it is Gibson, and after just a few laps or so already, he's pulled away on the opening lap. But there's Dean Pearce in 4th place. Barry Teasdale, of course, nursing that broken arm after Snetterton. Ben Neary up in the top 10, also another rider that's up in the top 10 of the championship. Chris Wilkinson not having as good a weekend this time around as he did at the start, and he went AWOL on lap 1. So number 43, Chris Wilkinson, already out of the race. Chris was 3rd in the championship coming into this event. Chris Helliwell 4th, so Helliwell's got a chance to catch up a few points here. But at the moment, there's no stopping the Battleship Grey Yamaha R6 leader, Gibson. There's number 87 and number 47. That's Graham Humm and Frank Gallagher with their orange vests on here, racing at Rockingham for the first time. But at the front, Gibson coming under a bit of pressure now. Yes, Helliwell closing in.
Chris could do with a good finish here just to boost his confidence in all seriousness, back to being reasonably serious. He does have a great family around him. His uncles, you know, give him loads of support. And WDH Racing is actually the initials of his late father, of whom he makes proud, I'm sure. Yeah, he could do with a really good finish, although he's going to struggle with this Ryan Gibson. He's a fast boy.
He is. Of course, we move to Anglesey next, and provided Gibson is there, there's 100 points up for grabs here already. So Helliwell, who hasn't finished on Saturday but needs to get some points together here. He could go to Anglesey 3rd overall in the championship, and of course he is eating into that lead of Barry Teasdale's. Barry, realistically, as long as he finishes in the top 5 or 6, that's job done for this weekend here at Rockingham, and he can then concentrate on getting fully fit, ready for Anglesey, then Cadwell Park, and then the finale at Mallory in October.
To finish first you have to finish, and I think it was a big wake-up call for Barry, who'd had a fantastic season up to that point, to then get zilch points at Snetterton and then be struggling here. Although he's done very well, it has to be said. But and it's the same with Chris Helliwell, of course. But I think the next championship contender is actually Mark Burdett from Barry Teasdale. But he's not having a cracking weekend here. He's struggled a bit with this circuit. He hasn't liked the grip levels here at all.
No, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and neither will Anglesey be, which is our next round after that. As you see, Ben Dobby there just fighting away with Dean Young, a regular in the TSGB paddock for since 2008 pretty much. He's been a part of the championships. At the front there, coming up to traffic already as Luke Harrison is being lapped. It looks like we might have lost another rider out there. I didn't see Charlie Oakland going around that time, number 191. 95 it is that still leads though, Ryan Gibson. 2nd place for Chris Helliwell. As we pan back and we see Anthony Charlie there, number 35 with the orange vest on. So denotes the fact that he is a rookie for this year, as are pretty much every rider out in the field. I mentioned about Barry Teasdale earlier on, number 224, that despite breaking his arm at Snetterton, the one good thing that came out of that was the fact that there were a couple of wildcard entries for that round where a couple of different riders took a lot of points.
Indeed.
And with Chris Helliwell falling at that weekend, Mark Burdett was the only person that really closed in, but that's helped Barry significantly in this championship charge. Michael Golden not here this weekend, certainly not racing today, and he's lost out on a couple of points. Stephen Kaplan was in and amongst race 1 but fell out on lap 4. Helliwell here, well, he's on for 20 points and he's trying all he can to catch up with Gibson, and certainly under braking he's got it nailed, but Ryan Gibson is got this circuit mastered and just isn't making any mistakes.
He has, but I don't think that Chris wants to lunge in it. I think he wants a points finish, and I think he needs that too. So I think it's sensible.
Well, there's no doubt he needs it. There's definitely no doubt he needs it, and he could do with finishing up in the top 3 of the
and this
championship.
guy's not a danger, is he?
He's not a threat in the championship. and I just saw one rain speck on the camera lens then. There is Mark Burdett, number 33 on the Ibstock Kawasaki. And there on the yellow Triumph is the fight for third place. That was Dean Pearce going through. Barry Teasdale block passing Luke Shelley. So Teasdale now up to fourth place.
Bit of chatter on the front of his of Teasdale's bike there, and he's got that set up quite hard.
And then into Brook Chicane, onto the start-finish straight. Last lap flag out, and barring any catastrophic mistakes here, Ryan Gibson should have this one nailed. Into the first chicane he goes.
Commentator's curse. Good old Steve.
Up into Dean Hairpin. Chris Helliwell in second place. Hopefully, as Sid just mentioned, he'll try and settle for the 20 points. It'll certainly help him out championship-wise. But Gibson has been unstoppable all weekend at Rockingham. Into Yentwood he goes, this 90-degree right-hander on your knee before picking the bike up. A short burst before you turn right into Chapman Curve, and then into a danger corner, really. Piff-paff, this left-hander. Easy to get swallowed up through there. Onto Steel Straight, and then into Gracelands. Never-ending left-hander. And then a short spurt up towards Tarzan. Second gear, right-hander hairpin. Onto the
National Pit Straight.
Yes, the National Pit Straight, School Straights, before the final few turns into Brook Chicane. Gibson, left, right. Helliwell has closed in on this lap, but unfortunately it's not going to happen for him. It's going to be a maximum for Ryan Gibson here at Rockingham for ThundersportGB HMT Racing Pre-National Sport 600. 25 points for Gibson. Helliwell takes second place, and Dean Pearce is going to take third as he manages to beat Barry Teasdale. On the line, Luke Shelley it is that takes fifth place. And Mark Burdett, sixth, number 33. Burdett remaining second in the championship. Winner then in the middle, another 25 points and a great result for Ryan Gibson.
Dean Pearce, third place at the Pre-National Sport 600. Someone's holding your trophy for you. Have you got some supporters with you?
He's my fan, my only one. Ain't you, pal?
How did it go on the track?
We're all right. My handlebar were loose, actually, so I've struggled a bit, but I've got third, I'm happy. So I'm going home for a beer.
It got you to third place, it wasn't that bad. Any supporters you'd like to thank?
Just my friends at Spain today, that's all. And young Harvey. With his Sheffield Wednesday shirt on, pal? That'll do, cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Chris Helliwell, second place in the Pre-National Sport 600. How was the track surface out there with the rain today?
It was fine. It weren't wet or anything. It was good out there. Had a great little. I just stayed behind him, went round the outside of two on the second corner. Stayed with him until the back marker, and then I just said, look, after yesterday's performance of having a few tumbles, as we already know, in the Thundersport paddock, that stay on the bike this time and get home in second place is very helpful. And at least I can take that home, eh?
Got some silverware. Any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I've got XI Technologies, Sid Smith, Sharky's Decals, DRPW, did me a helmet, this personalised helmet this weekend. We've also got, I wanted to say a massive thank you to that. They had to put the bike back together 3 times yesterday. Uncle Mark, Lynn, Liam, friends and family all there. Girlfriend who loved to bits, who was stupid. But no, really big thank you to everybody, because I was a pin ash yesterday, to be honest with you, and I made a big mistake there saying that word, but oh well. But cheers, thank you very much to everybody.
Turned out all right in the end. Well done. Winner of the Pre-National Sport 600, Ryan Gibson. How was the track out there today?
It was really good. Again, it was a bit slippery on the curbs and stuff, but yeah, it was just a really good race. Found my rhythm, just stuck with it really.
Are you comfortable in the lead?
It was all right, yeah, just trying to... I ain't got a pit board, so I don't know how far in front I was, so I was just kind of waiting for a front wheel or something to go past and then obviously get a toe or push on again, so, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
But it seemed to work out. Have you got any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my dad, all my family, Sean and Gavin Reid from MSG Racing, Dave from HM, Mark from Cross Racing, and Jayden Jordan. That's it.
Thank you.